Two-chord jams can be fun for improvising, but they can also be lame. One way to spice things up is to play around with different chords that maybe you've never heard of before. A lot of times they have funny names, but they're really not all that difficult to play. If you've got a looper, there's no better way to practice your scales and improvising than to just record a two-chord loop. Let's take a two-chord jam like F to C. So on its own, it's not much, but you can experiment with some different scales and things. You can add a little bit of spice just by making the F into an F major 7. Just raise your first finger, let that open E ring. And just go to a regular C there, or you can add the G. You can make it a C over G. See how much more full that is? If you really want to spice things up, instead of doing the F major 7, you can do an F major 7 with a 9 in there. Really, it's like you're making the C bar chord right here and you're putting it over an F. You hear that sound? It's a much different sound. You add that 9th in there, and you can still do the same jams and same scales. You can do your C major pentatonic over that. You can mess around with some different types of scales, but that's got a cool vibe, right? And then for your C, you can add the 9 too. Just keep that bar there. Move your pinky up to the 8th fret and put your ring finger down on the 7th fret on the 3rd string. And if you want to spice that up even more, you can add some ornaments to it. So we're going to hammer on from the 5th to the 6th fret on the 2nd string. And if you want to mix it up a little bit more, you can take that C, add 9, you can move it up, act like you're making a full C bar chord. And all you're gonna do is move your pinky up to the 12th fret. Now you can strum all 6 strings. It has a cool effect if you just start on the high strings and roll your way down. All together it would be like this. You play around with the whammy bar on that. You can have some fun. Get a cool, chill drum beat going, and you can really have some fun with this. There's a jam track in the description if you'd like to download that and the tab. Let's take a look at some cool, exotic, chill chords from Stevie Ray Vaughan. He liked to use some things like this, and it's kind of like you're making your B7, except you put your fingers a little closer together and move it up to the 9th fret, and you're gonna hit the open E, and then you're gonna have these fingers on the 9th fret. Your first finger is going to be on the 8th fret on the 3rd string. So it sounds like that. You may remember the song. And so you can use these same chords with the same rhythm we were just using on that other 2-chord jam. Here's one of my favorite chords of all time. I used to really like the E major 7, That's just instant relaxation right there. But I think there's even a little more relaxation mixed with tension, which is how we usually are in life, right? If you do an E major 9. I mean, there's a bit of mystery in there, right? So here's your E major 7. Here's your E major 9. Really like that chord. And so on the 7th fret, you got your 2nd finger on the 5th string. You got your 3rd finger on the 2nd string. Your 1st finger's on the 6th fret. You're on the 4th string. You got your pinky on the 3rd string on the 8th fret. Now you can do something fun with this. If you go, this is like a B6-9 chord. You're just taking that E major 9 and just moving this finger up, and you can ornament with your pinky. The pinky's kind of underused, underdog finger that you can do some fun stuff with if you hold the chord. So I'm barring these middle 2 on the 6th fret with my 1st finger, and I'll just move that middle finger up to the 6th string, and you can hammer on to the 8th fret. You can slide up to the 9th. You can do that on those middle 2 strings with your pinky. It's kind of hard at first, but it's a really cool thing. If you get used to that, you can add it into some other chords as well. So all together, you can come up with a little ditty here. Goes something like this. Hey, I hope you have fun with these 2 chord jams. Have fun. Keep playing.